Hey, what's up? This is Reed. Today I'm going to be going over Hubitat and comparing it against SmartThings, which will be a good reference to compare the two because they both have similar functionality, but Hubitat runs locally and SmartThings is cloud-based. You might be wondering if you switch from SmartThings to Hubitat, you might lose some things like WebCore. Well, actually, Hubitat does have WebCore, and I'll show you how to install it in this video. I covered hubs recently, and I got one thing wrong with Hubitat, and it was pointed out by you guys, so thanks for all of you who commented. I'll address that later in the video. I listened to your guys' suggestions and decided to try out Hubitat for myself, so Hubitat sent us out a review unit. When I unboxed the Hubitat Elevation, I was pleasantly surprised on how small the hub is. It's not going to take up too much room next to other things plugged into your router. They have updated it recently to have the Zigbee and Z-Wave antennas in the hub, so you don't need to have the dongle anymore. It costs about $100 right now, and I'll have links down in the description that you can go check it out and see what it's currently going for. Right now, the SmartThings Hub version 2 is about $100, and the version 3 hub is about $70. So Hubitat is a little bit more than the SmartThings Hub version 3, but it's in the same ballpark. Adding devices is easy. If it's a Zigbee or Z-Wave device, then it scans and finds them. All you have to do is click and save it. If you want to add a virtual device, it's right there and it's not slightly hidden like it is in SmartThings. For adding other devices, you'll need to install apps. They have a lot of built-in apps that you can click on and they'll be added. For example, if you have Hue lights, click on Hue Bridge integration, then it will pull in your Hue lights once you connect it. There are plenty of apps to connect to your smart devices like Amazon Echo, Google Home, Ecobee, Lutron, Ratio, Sonos. One thing that slightly annoys me is when I go to add a new app, there's no indicator that the app's already been installed. Overall, there's a lot of UI improvements that need to be made to make Hubitat more user-friendly. Like when you click on devices and select a color light bulb, I appreciate all the information available, but just changing the brightness requires me to type out the number and click on the button above, which it took me a while to figure out that that was a button, since enter doesn't work after I type it out like I can with the other fields. Whereas SmartThings isn't the most user-friendly app, but it is more user-friendly to control devices. Alright, back to apps. They're actually pretty similar to Smart Apps and SmartThings, because not only can you add services to connect devices, but you can add automations in apps in Hubitat. The biggest difference with the automations in Hubitat versus SmartThings is that they're going to run locally. So that means they're going to run a lot faster because it doesn't need to go to the cloud and back, and you don't have to rely on the company's servers, or if the internet goes down, everything's going to keep working. Whereas SmartThings Hub version 2 and version 3 will connect to some devices locally, the only automations that run locally are the smart lighting app. So Hubitat has the advantage here. Hubitat has a couple of their own smart lighting apps to make it easy to set up the automation. One is simple lighting and the other is motion lighting. If you want to get into more complex automations, then you will add the app Rule Machine. This will allow for more advanced automations like if multiple things happen, then do something. You set conditions for what will be used in the automation, rules for what will trigger the automation, and actions. So I can have a contact sensor turn on a light and an outlet when the contact sensor is open. When the contact sensor is closed or the action is false, the outlet and the light turn off. You could also only run this at certain times by configuring the restrictions down below. You can also add apps from the community. That's how you can add WebCore. If you haven't heard of WebCore, it allows for advanced automations and it's popular in the SmartThings community. I did a video on it recently, which you can go check out and learn more. What's even better is that all the automations in WebCore will run locally on Hubitat. To install WebCore, open up the apps code in Hubitat. Click on New App. Now go down to the link in the description of this video and copy the code for WebCore and paste it in, and then enable OAuth. Do the same thing for WebCore Piston, but you don't need to enable OAuth for that one. Now you can go to the app section and you can click on Add User App. Then you're good to go. Another app is called Hubitat Safety Monitor, or you'll see it abbreviated as HSM. You can use your sensors to be a home alarm system. They also have this in SmartThings, and some of the wording is almost the same. Wait, almost exactly the same. Next is the dashboard. You can add tiles to control your devices or arm and disarm your safety monitor. You can customize the size, icon, color, and really make it look the way you want it to. This is how you can control your system and devices remotely. If you're not on your local network, you can log into Hubitat and access the cloud version of the dashboard. First, since it doesn't use the cloud, you can't control your devices remotely. This is what I got wrong in my previous video. A couple more things about the dashboard. You can define the grid size and select where you want to move the tiles to, but it would be nice to drag and drop the tiles and have all the other tiles move. It's a real pain to move everything a row down to add something to the top. The other thing is if you have the dashboard go more than 2 columns, then you have to scroll side to side when you're on your phone. I wish there was an option to make this grid responsive, so there wasn't any side to side scrolling on the phone or tablet, and would just automatically fill in the space. Hubitat backs itself up every day, and you can download those backups. There's still no mobile app, even though it's supposed to come out soon, so you still have to use the browser. And if you want to use push notifications, you have to use workarounds like using if this and that. Overall, Hubitat seems like a really good option, especially with all the issues you hear about SmartThings. You can see why people are moving over from SmartThings to Hubitat. Hubitat has a lot of good functionality and seems to fix a lot of the things where SmartThings falls short. If Hubitat could improve their UI to be more user-friendly, that would just really push it over the top. Do you think it's worth it to switch everything over from SmartThings to Hubitat? Let me know down in the comments. Obviously, this guy doesn't need any convincing.
Do it!
Thanks for watching, subscribe to see more smart home videos, and we'll see you again next time.